Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. And I'm just trying to get the word out. XRP is about to take off. People are saying XRP will be $4 next month. I'm thinking maybe $3, but I got a couple articles that are talking about that as well. So let me know in the comments what you guys think XRP price prediction will be. So it's your main man BTM here. Happy Friday. Let's go. The XRP is about to take off to the moon. So first, as we get started, this is Caleb and Brown as the partner to the channel. Thanks for their sponsorship. Caleb and Brown is a crypto brokerage where you can keep your crypto on and not have to worry about getting hacked or the exchange going down or exchange stealing your crypto and your keys. They can self-custody your keys for you and also offer you 24-hour support. You had questions about crypto, questions about tokens to buy, what not to buy. They have a 24-hour personal brokerage service. So shout out to Caleb and Brown. So before we get to Twitter, let me see. Check out these articles. So this is one of the first articles. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think the XRP price will be in March? How high do you think XRP will go next month? So since the bull run is, I guess, 8 months, so we have into November, but we're going to do month by month. So first, what do you think the first price pump will be? And let me know how far you think XRP will pump next month. So this is Ripple's price prediction. Will XRP soar past $3.30 this March? Will Bear send it back to $1.10? Rivals cheeses 4,950%. Bullish potential. I'm not sure I fully understand what they're saying here in that, but definitely I think it's going to push to $3 or $4. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. XRP future open interest dropped to a record low of 2025 from previous 7.6 billion in January to 3 billion due to bearish sentiment, remaining prevailing conditions of the world of cryptocurrency. The altcoin surged to remain over support at $2.25 at the price of $2.23 on a 35% decline on daily volumes. Analysts anticipate an imminent drop of 13% to $1.90 in case of continual selling as long-term investors purchase XRP, tested by 187 million on the exchange outflow. Short-term speculators are unloading risky wagers. XRP is becoming more skeptical with open interest and disarray, indicating loss of confidence as part of the derivative traders. Tokens were able to sustain $2.25 raised alarm as technical charts show a breakdown to 190. This seems like FUD. And these guys keep making FUD behind this Munum Finance. I'm not even sure what this is. I don't know why they keep making these articles trying to get you to go away from XRP to Munum. I don't know what this is. and how they are connected to ACE XRP. And why they keep flooding XRP to get ahead. I was reading an article. You don't have to blow out someone's candle to make your candle brighter, right? So I'm not sure what's going on with those guys, but so much for that. After raising 300% during the past 12 months alone, it's entirely possible the next 12 months will be even more exciting for XRP holders. That is what I'm talking about. Even more convincing that a trio of new developments could send the coin from its current price near $2.20 to above $3 within the next 3 months. Examine tokenization real world assets. Process of tokenizing assets isn't something that most investors are familiar with, but it's important to understand in the context of XRP's present and future. In short, when an asset is tokenized, an entry is created on a blockchain like XRP, such the ownership attributes to the assets to be tracked via ledger, such as assets traded between parties on the chain. Most people have heard of NFTs, and the principle is the same. NFT is the same asset related data that distincts from the quantity of tokens given cryptocurrency while it's holding. XRP isn't, we know that. Tokenized U.S. Treasuries. XRP's target users are banks and other financial institutions that are perform international money transfers very frequently. Those same companies tend to hold a lot of different types of assets, which banks and institutions might want to send across borders easily to, like the U.S. Treasuries. That's the whole article. As of late January, XRP collaboration with Ondo Finance is now possible to hold fairly large numbers of tokenized short-term U.S. Treasuries on the chain. Although there's technically an older program that tokenizes a small sum of treasuries, probably wasn't large enough to pursue many institutional players to get involved with XRP. Now there's a total locked in about 600 million in treasuries, which is large enough for banks to transact with at the scale they desire. Oh, sorry, let's continue. Being included in National Cryptocurrency Depository, and I heard they are. You probably heard that U.S. government is considering creating a national cryptocurrency reserve or repository. Most of the time, Bitcoin is the asset being discussed, but Ripple is currently lobbying for XRP to be launched as well. Inclusion in such repository, assuming one is ever established, would be very favorable for the coin. First, government trend not to transact very much with assets as they send a set aside in reserves and repositories. As there are often legal barriers to doing so, this means XRP would gain a major new holder that probably wouldn't sell, therefore increasing buying pressure by the way of reducing active circulating supply. So this is actually a pretty cool article. I don't want to continue to read, but I will have this link in the description for the article. So looking at the crypto bubbles, looking at the crypto bubbles, Peanuts up 51.9%, Solana 7.6, GigaChat 18.1, Nero 14.6, Swarms 14.8, Radium's bounced back to 7.9, Brett's 3.8, HBAR is 8.1, Wudang is 8.7, AI16Z is 15.5, Pudgy Penguin is 11.6, Ondo is 3.4. I actually need to look into Ondo, actually. Sui's 1.4, Mog's 2.9, Turbo's up 3.3, ArchPay is up 4.4, Snake is down 7.7. Da, 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 da. ALI is down 3.9. Casper's down 3.6. XRP is down 1.7. Mr. Miggles been having a pretty rough month, down 5.5. SHIB is down 3.4. SPX is down 2.2. Currently, XRP is $2.14 by the dip. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But I did pick up some more. 124.5 billion market cap. 8.8 billion in 24-hour trading volume, up 66.8%, which is weird. If it's up 66.8, why is the price not going up? Ripple may see a legal breakthrough as the SEC considers dropping its appeal, potentially reshaping the future of crypto regulation. These are top 10. XRP is 2. USDT is 3. 142.2 billion market cap. XRP slid down to 124.2 billion, right above Binance. So it's right in the middle on that fourth place. I thought it was going to push up to pass USDT, be back in third place, but we will see how it turns out. It might flip Ethereum in the bull run. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think XRP can flip Ethereum in the bull run? Do you think it's going to be enough momentum with the cross-border payments and the activity that's going on with XRP? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And let's go to Twitter real quick. As you can see, I updated my Twitter page and the Twitter picture. So this is actually what I was going to use for the thumbnail, but I didn't have time to get the thumbnail created. XRP is way too cheap at its current price. It's going to do so much higher during the bull run. That's the start button because we are getting ready to take off. Must see. Oh, dang. So
Market cap doesn't apply.
start that back. XRP just needs 20 billion in liquidity to reach 1 trillion market cap value. This is a game changer. With only 1.2 trillion, XRP could surge to 10,000 per coin. You're right. You're right. 10,000 per coin. I don't know what I would do. I don't know, bro. I can't even fathom, right? Let me know what you guys think about 10,000 per coin. I can't even tell the guys this. They would wig all the way out. Let me see. Hello. Trying to see something here. My freaking calculator. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Leading DeFi coins require less liquidity. CFT tokens only need 20 billion market cap. So let's see. Can we get the volume? See if we can get the volume set first. Before, let me close this out. Open it back up to make sure we get there.
Most people think XRP can't hit $10,000 because of market cap. Market cap doesn't apply to XRP the way you think. It's built for high-speed transactions, settling in 3 to 5 seconds. This means the same XRP can be reused up to 50 times per day. Moving $1 trillion daily needs just $20 billion in liquidity, not $1 trillion. Now, picture a tokenized global economy worth $1 to $2 quadrillion. If XRP handles just 10%, that's trillions in daily settlements. To support this, XRP's price price must reach $10,000 or more. Here's another factor. XRP's circulating supply is limited to 53 billion tokens. For global liquidity, the price must be high enough to handle massive volumes. With institutions, CBDCs, and governments adopting XRP, demand will only grow. Here's why market cap doesn't matter. XRP's value isn't speculation. It's utility. It facilitates massive global transactions efficiently. The price must reflect this demand, not an arbitrary market cap calculation. The future is tokenized, and XRP is built for the next era of finance. Think XRP can hit $10,000? Drop XRP below and stay tuned for more. Most
So
people think XRP can't hit.
it wasn't what I was trying to do. So what do you guys think? Do you think XRP can hit $10,000? That would be awesome. Okay, this is Brad Gens in the house. Let's see what he has to say.
I was in talking to one of the largest global money center banks on the planet, and I was talking to them about our primary product, and another thing I mentioned to David backstage. I was in talking to one of the largest global money center banks on the planet, and I was talking to them about our primary product, fiat called X Current. And this guy kind of interrupts me. He's like, yeah, that's nice, but I have a problem settling into Peru. Can I use XRP to help me settle into Peru? And honestly, I was like, holy shit. Like, here's the big banks in the world who has more liquidity than almost anybody out there. And I'm not even trying to talk to him about crypto or digital assets. I'm trying to talk to him about the core of fiat to fiat. And he's already looking ahead and realizing that, look, this is something that could help me solve a problem in Peru. And I don't necessarily hold currency in Peru from an inflation point of view or a regulatory risk point of view, compliance risk. So they're looking for other solutions. And again, if you solve a real problem for real customers, it's going to work out.
Incredible.
Another thing I mentioned to David backstage, I was in talking to one of the largest global money center banks on the planet, and I was talking to them about our primary product, fiat called X Current. And this guy kind of interrupts me. He's like, yeah, that's nice, but I have a problem settling into Peru. Can I use XRP to help me settle into Peru? And honestly, I was like, holy shit. Like, here's the big banks in the world who has more liquidity than almost anybody out there. And I'm not even trying to talk to him about crypto or digital assets. I'm trying to talk to him about the core of fiat to fiat. And he's already looking ahead and realizing.
So yeah, sorry to run it back. Just missed the beginning. Brad Gendinghouse confirmed discussions with one of the world's largest banks regarding XRP is set to revolutionize the future of global finance, and it's evident at the top. DeFi assets on the XRP are posed for massive growth, and CTF token with a market cap of 20 billion could see a staggering increase to 785 per coin. And there's again CTF. Great graphic about XRP in circulation by Ripple partner investor SBI Holdings in the February report. Nice to see escrow down to 20% burn. What? Interesting. Escrow function which XRP provided on the XRP ledger are locked, and their use of destructed prohibited until certain conditions are met based on the information available from XRP ledger as of February 2nd, 2025. Nearly 40% of the total supply is in escrow. And Ripple is not free to sell them off. So that's a good thing, right? 37.4 billion can't be sold. So actual XRP 7.4, current XRP holding that are not in circulation. So this part can't be sold. This is left. 0.01 is being burnt with transactions, and this is the current supply. So if I'm reading this right, sorry, there is a potential for a short squeeze coming. What do you guys think? XRP, the clock is ticking. I keep eyeing an eye on XRP Turbo, a game-changing AI launched on the XRP ledger. They already feel 30% of their soft cap, and the hype is real. Secure the XTR token before listing. Interesting. Everything is turbo, 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 turbo. Which coin are you seeing the most tension today? Number 4, XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, XRP, Dodge, Cardano, Pepe, Official Trump, and SHIB. This is what I was trying to get to. So recent United States congressional hearing further confirmed that XRP is not a security itself, aligning with Judges Torres' reasoning. Okay. What is this today? Senator Cynthia, the newly formed Senate Banking Committee on Digital Assets, provides insight into the panel's latest hearing, which focuses on legislating framework of digital assets. So, in the past, post yesterday outlined 3 major findings related to digital assets, emphasized that most cryptos do not meet the criteria for long-standing securities. How key that indicates that digital assets that do not satisfy Howke's criteria shall not be regulated as securities. Second, she acknowledges the United States is behind other nations in creating crypto regulation. Several crypto stakeholders, including CEO Ripple, Brad Gensinghouse, has previously echoed this sentiment. Definitely. Lastly, Senator Loomis said that the committee has learned that stablecoins will bring the United States payment system into the 21st century. Definitely. This suggests that stablecoin can refine the country's outdated financial system by offering faster and cheaper payments with traditional alternatives. And that's the big thing, right? If they can fix the processing, it's going to bring um, the U.S. into the 21st century with crypto. And let's play this video real quick. I haven't seen this. I want to see what he's talking about.
Signs of a huge reversal for XRP here in the immediate short term. This is the 4-hourly time frame, and you can see that the price actually made a lower low since the 25th of February. RSI indicator on the bottom side made a higher low, and if I take you to this example, then you can actually see that that is a bullish RSI divergence. Price confirms a lower low, indicator a higher low, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now for XRP in the short term. And this bullish divergence is actually confirmed because we're starting to see some green candles to the upside. But guys, it is still early days, but there is a pretty decent probability that the low could actually be in for XRP. So right now presents a huge opportunity to either buy on the spot market or to look for new swing trade opportunities. That is what I'm personally doing. Also, guys, be sure to check my latest video here on the channel if you're interested in my long-term outlook. This is the daily time frame for XRP, and here's a tweet that I posted a few hours ago. XRP's daily RSI hits extremely oversold levels for the first time since July 2024. On the bottom side, you can see the daily RSI, and right now we are at extremely oversold conditions, and the last time was actually July of 2024. And back then, XRP was trading at 40 or 45 cents or so, and that was prior to XRP's almost 800% rally. So are we about to see something right like this once again? I think that there's a pretty decent probability. And then there's also this one. I posted this yesterday. The 2017 XRP bull run had 3 brutal shakeouts, yet it still did 110,000%. Dips don't end bull runs, they fueled them. And you can see the 2017 bull run, massive bull run for XRP, but 3 brutal corrections, one of 24%, 63%, 68%. So right now is not the moment to get shaken out of the market, especially here in the short term. I'm seeing some signs of a potential reversal. If you want to take opportunity, just like I'm doing, if you want to open swing trades, you can do so over on weeks. Use my referral link down below in the video description. With my link, you'll be eligible for 30K deposit bonuses very easily, completely for free. Also a free 100 USDT futures position just by linking your phone and email. 0% trading fees. And guys, this is
Shout out to Steph is Crypto. So I guess we'll get to a couple of videos. This is Levy. Let's see what Levy has to say.
So I'm going to share with you guys today, XRP price is going to go through some very large movements incredibly soon. And yes, the markets right now are in a state of what we call extreme fear. We can see that the fear and greed index has fallen to 18 points, which is its lowest reading since August 2024 market low. And this is well below the 30-point threshold for extreme fear among investors. This is also the second lowest since the 2022 bear market bottom. And so this poses a lot of incredibly important questions. Why are the markets more fearful now than they were during the bear run market cycle bottom? Well, there's a few reasons for this. The first one being a lot of uncertainty around trade, global trade, Donald Trump. Yes, that's playing a big factor into this. And with that being said, there is some other big news that's happening that's kind of getting swept under the rug because most investors are incredibly uncertain right now about the future of the economic situation on a global landscape. I mean, just think about it. If all of your goods and services are likely to cost 10, 20, maybe even 30% more in the short term, and there's no clear sign of when that's going to change, of course, your investment strategy is probably going to change drastically. On the onset of virtually every single tariff in human history that has stayed on for the long term, it has indeed caused a global depression. And this is actually very likely to happen here again if these tariffs stay on. And so a lot of investors anticipating a potential depression or major recession here are essentially slowing down their investments, and they're also uncertain of where they're going to be parking their money in the future. Now, there are certain smart investors that are doing very incredibly great things right now with their money, and they're probably going to be making a lot. We're going to be covering that soon. But first, I just want to really get a good idea of like why the crypto market right now is actually just absolutely insane. We can see that on top of all of the trade war uncertainty, we also have about $5 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expiring today as well. Actually, about 5.7 billion, almost 5.8. That is a very large number. And so naturally, Ethereum holders are extremely bearish right now. In fact, Bitcoin and Ethereum holders both are very uncertain of what's going to happen here. Some people are calling for a sub 80K Bitcoin, which is something that most people did not think that they would be encountering at this point in the cycle, which, I mean, is fair. I mean, let's be honest here. This is not something that many of us were expecting to happen anytime soon. And with these trade wars and these tariffs potentially staying up, it could spell much harsher conditions. And what we're learning is that Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not a hedge against inflation, or at least they're not performing like gold is right now. They're definitely more correlated with the S&P 500 and technology stocks, as I covered in my last video. Now, with that being said, there are going to be a lot of trading opportunities here, especially with this BlackRock news, okay? Because essentially, what I believe is happening right now is all of these institutions are putting in a historic effort to try and shake you out of the market. I do think that we're going to recover. And I think that just like with the last tariff trade war fiasco, they're most likely going to either be suspended or we're going to be finding a trade deal very soon if they're not already decided on. And this is going to result in a massive, massive uptrend in the crypto market once again. I mean, I also covered in my last video how essentially every single time that we've had these trade war fears, we've seen a big dip in the market, followed by a massive recovery very soon. I think, yes, we may have a little bit lower to go down. XRP might go below $2 per coin, but it's not going to stay there for very long. And once we hit our bottom, we're going to rocket right up from there as these same institutions, which are currently trying to shake you out of the market, will decide to buy in once they decide that retail panic has hit an all-time high. I mean, we're pretty much there. I mean, you look at the fear and greed index once again, it's pretty much at the lowest point once again since the August 2024 market low, which was many months ago, right? So with that in mind, I do think that is going to be coming very, very soon here. We're also seeing that CME Group, the world's largest futures exchange, is going to be launching Solana futures. So I just want to make this very clear. We have BlackRock adding its own Bitcoin ETF into its 150 billion model portfolio universe. We have CME Group launching the world's largest futures exchange, Sol Futures trading, right? Why are all these institutions investing so heavily into adding cryptocurrencies as part of their trading if this is the market bottom? Think about it logically for 1 second. If you are a business owner, would you be investing money into an industry that is dying? Definitely not. You're going to be investing money into an industry which you think has a very long and prosperous future where you can make a lot of money. So I want to ask you this question. Why would BlackRock be adding a Bitcoin ETF into its $150 billion model portfolio universe? Why would CME Group be doing this with Sol Futures? It makes no sense unless, well, they're getting ready to make a lot more money during this bull run. I've been seeing a lot of comments down below from you guys saying that this bull run is over. Don't listen to this guy. He has no idea what he's talking about. And well, I've seen the last 3 bull runs. I've been part of all of them. And this has happened every single time. Every single time, we start going below, a certain price threshold, the fear hits a certain level, and everyone's calling for the bull run. It's over. It's done for. We had a good run. Sell all your bags at a loss. Move on. And then right after everyone sells, the markets will absolutely blast off. I'm here making these videos because I'm passionate about this, and I am extremely confident that these institutions are playing mind games with you, and it's working. I mean, just look at the psychological factors. All of these hedge funds, all they do all day long is they sit on their computers and they look at market sentiment. They pay all these news media organizations to get data from you guys so they know how you're feeling so that they can manipulate it. If you're being too greedy, they take advantage of that and they sell on your face and get you to panic sell. If you're being too fearful and you've already sold all of your bags, they're getting ready to buy in like they've never bought in before. And you are just going to be sitting there saying the bull run is over as you watch XRP hit new all-time highs. That is what I am predicting. And listen, I would love to see the people's faces who are calling for the end of the bull run right here once that happens. I would love to see it, but I know they're just going to go back into whatever cave they came from and they're going to pretend like it never even existed and never even happened. But that's just life. That's just frankly life. Not everyone is built to make money. Not everyone has a stomach to invest in the cryptocurrency. So I think everyone will be where they belong at the end of the day in not too long. But it's up to you guys to decide what you want to be. Do you want to be the hater that basically said it's all over, it's game over, whatever? Or do you be one of the winners like myself who are buying XRP during the bear market for the last couple of years, right? There's people that came into the crypto market in the last couple of weeks and all of a sudden they think that they're experts and they're calling for the end of the bull run. I was here buying XRP at 50 cents, 48 cents for years. And I know a lot of you guys watching this did it too. And if you're newer and maybe you were not here during the bear market, just take a moment to just listen and appreciate the information because you're not going to get information like this often, especially in the crypto space. Okay, so yeah, this is a good point too, right? What are whales doing? What are the smart money doing? The big money. Well, a whale just bought 65 million XRP. I mean, that's no small amount of money. Why are whales buying 65 million XRP in one go? Why is BlackRock investing into this ETF platform? Why is CME Group, launching these futures exchange all at the same time? What's going on here? If it's the end of the bull run, why is this happening? Well, it's because it's definitely not the end. We can also see that the SEC is reviewing a proposal to create a trust that holds XRP. They are deciding if XRP should be classified as a security and if there are enough protections to prevent market manipulation. The decision is based on legal tests and rules from past cases, including the SEC versus Ripple Labs case. We can see they're also meeting this week to dismiss the Ripple versus SEC case. So this is actually happening as of 2/24. They had their first meeting. They're having another one. I think it is going to be tomorrow or today. One of the two. I think it's actually going to be today. Sorry. And they're going to be discussing how they're going to proceed with ending this case. Okay. That is incredible. I can't think of a better time to buy XRP. It just dipped an insane amount, you know? And yes, we are recovering a little bit from the bottom. Look at this. I mean, I just want to point something out real quick. Look at this juicy little buy right here from yours truly, okay? I caught that bottom, baby. I did. I want to pat myself on the back real quick. And here we are. We're moving back up. If you want to get signals, like when I bought this XRP right here, I posted it in my Discord the moment I made this purchase. I just want to make that very clear. I made a buy right here, posted in my Discord. You guys can get that info the moment that they happen, right? We briefly dipped below here, 198, whatever. I put a trigger order at the at that point just to ensure that I would catch it at that support line. We did, right? We dipped low, but now we rocket back up above $2 again. Why is this happening? Why is it that we have these colossal dumps? We hit a bottom and we rocket back up again every single time. I don't know. It's almost like we've seen this 3 other times in the last couple of months with the trade wars. It's just like this, guys. And listen, you get experience in the markets, you'll start.
Yeah, Sith Lord, what's going on, man? Definitely buying more, right? There's a lot of people in crypto that are just new to the market and they think they know everything, right? A lot of newbies or normies, right? That come in and swear they know everything about the market. They're going to call everything. And like you said, it's going down because these guys are bringing it down to buy it up cheap. And a lot of people are panicking and selling. And then when it comes back, don't know what to do. Like, I'm pretty sure you've been in the market for a while. You know just how it cycles through. It goes down and then it explodes. And people are panicking and don't understand how crypto works. And like I know, when it goes down, this is the time to buy, right? These guys are not putting money in crypto. They're not sending over stuff for crypto. They're not buying deeper into crypto if it's over. Like he said clearly, if it's a business, these guys do research every day, all day, right? They know what's going on and they know that it's going to come back. The price is going to come up. These guys are saying don't buy, but they're buying, right? Can't trust anybody these days, but definitely don't panic sell, right? And let's see what this guy's talking about. Got to cut it kind of short today. I'm going to figure out which is the best one. I guess we'll start with this one.
A bunch of XRP and Ripple good news to share with you, along with the Senate saying, yo, XRP is not a security, along with massive outflows of BTC.
I see lots of not.
What is up? Who is this? Crypto Night. What's going on, brother? Definitely buy. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But now is when you buy, right? Don't listen to these newbies or these normies telling you that it's over. What do you guys know about anything? Have you been through a crypto winter? Have you seen when the crypto prices hit rock bottom and everyone dumps them? And then all of a sudden, people like us buy them. And then when the bull run hits, they're like, when did you buy? I bought it when it was going down, when everybody was scared and nobody wanted to get in. We bought it and we went big. Like peanuts up. I wish I'd have bought more peanut while I was down, but peanuts up 57% today, right? Swarm has been up and down all week, right? So I don't know, but let's get back to the video and I'll be right back.
Funny thing, so here's your warning.
Oh, that's not too pretty looking, and this is getting a little bit better. But before we get into the crypto news, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant, maybe a what? Share it at the beginning of the next video. Who's starting us off today? Uno Bug Me One says, well-deserved 40,000, Klaus. I'm not worried about the price today. I'm in for the long haul. Yeah, you long haul players out there are like, yo, giving us cheap XRP, cheap H-bar to pack our bags. XRP speedboat, like the name says, Klaus. There must be spots somewhere in your new space for a Gensler dartboard. Thank you. What do you think of the background? Oh, and I got plenty of space for the Gensler dartboard. I just don't have a Gensler dartboard. What else do I got for you? Annie Belugo says, guess what? It's not all sunshine and rainbows for the XRP army. I agree. We're going to have to deal with some macro poop sandwiches here in the next couple months. I'd rather lose 3,000 for the opportunity to make 300K. Officially joined your monthly train and signing choo-choo bitches. Here we go. Thank you so much. And thank you, channel members, for supporting the channel. And thank you, everyone, because yes, we hit 40,000 in February. I am so, so proud of all of you out there. Bitcoin sitting at 83,782. ETH is 2213. ETH getting pounded again. Backdoor action. XRP's at 213, up from the lows, but we're worried about CPI data in CPE. XLM is at 28.2. Doge at 19.8. ADA is at 62 cents. Sol 144 and SWI 279. All right. BTC, massive outflows. The worst week ever. 2.6 billion gone, girlfriend. You heard me right. I said 2.6 billion. Digital asset exchange products, ETPs, and Bitcoin-specific funds have seen outflows lately, with BTC and other cryptos feeling the impact of market instability. That's right. When the markets are unstable, they go where? They go to the safe haven assets like gold and silver. James Butterfield, head of research at CoinShares, pointed out that the outflows, which have reached 2.6 billion this week, holy shit, represent the largest ever. From February 3rd to February 2024, the global ETP market for digital assets, including BTC, saw insane fluctuations. The market experienced a surge with global ETPs showing inflows, and then all of a sudden we get the outflows. That's this chart here. Okay, check this out. Look at this. Is not good, everyone. This is the beginning of February. We had some inflows, and now you see massive amounts of outflows. You could see this 2-week period right here where we were kind of like a little sideways action, not craziness, but the market has definitely changed over the last 4 weeks. Hopefully this visual is showing you what the market is thinking right now across the board. Oh yeah, it's also linked in the description below. Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderati, who dresses well, but not as well as Brad Garlinghouse, says the SEC's guidance on meme coins is bueno. All right, listen to this. Meme coins are just like what, everyone? Oh, holographic Pokemon slabs. That's right. They're like collectibles. According to the Ripple CLO, the question for the market regulator is whether or not something falls under its jurisdiction or whether it is illegal or legal. He noted the SEC's new position. If fraud occurs, that's the only time they're going to act. Otherwise, it's not under the SEC guidance. Alderati also said the SEC's guidance stacks to law and precedent. He noted that it voided any vague categorizations like decentralization, because how do you define decentralization? Is decentralization 1 out of 50 control? 1 out of 75? 1 out of 7? I don't know. We don't have those things down. In supporting the position, Ripple's chief legal officer said that meme coins are not securities because they do not confer rights to income, profits, or assets. Yep, just like Pokemon card slabs. So, meme coins being backed off with the SEC. This is what Alderati wrote. The beauty of the SEC statement on meme coins is its simplicity. Now, remember, Gensler wanted to be the cop on the beat, wanted to take the law into his own hands and make the SEC as big as possible. The guidance sticks to law and precedent, avoiding vague concepts like decentralization. Meme coins aren't securities because they don't confer rights to income, profits, or assets. Their value comes from market sentiment, not managerial efforts. And without investment in a common enterprise, there's no investment contract. This doesn't have to be complicated, but oh my gosh, Gensler wanted to be complicated. The latest congressional hearing proves Torres was right, saying XRP is not a security. This is coming from the Senate. In an X post yesterday, Cynthia Loomis, BTC Maxi, outlined 3 major findings related to digital assets. These are pretty good, okay? First, she emphasized that most cryptos do not meet the criteria of the long-standing securities test from Howey. This indicates that digital assets do not satisfy and should not be regulated as securities. So there you go. SEC, go f yourself. Gensler, hopefully the door hits you in the ass plenty of times on the way out. Second, she acknowledged that the United States is behind other nations. No shit in creating crypto regulation. This lady's not a fucking rocket scientist. Several crypto stakeholders, including CEO Brad Garlinghouse, I told you this was XRP Ripple-centric news, have previously echoed this sentiment. Lastly, Loomis said the committee learned that stablecoins would bring the United States payment system in the 21st century. As expected, Loomis's tweet attracted attention from crypto enthusiasts. The famous crypto lawyer Bill Morgan suggested that this finding confirms that Torres was correct and that XRP is not a security. Essentially, what Loomis is saying is, yo, XRP doesn't fall under the Howey test. But yet the SEC and their gross abuse of power and their gross overreach wanted it to be. Oh my, how things have changed. Ripple's going to unlock 1 billion XRP tomorrow, March 1st. All right, what's going to happen to the price? Honestly, I think bigger factors are driving this. I'm just sharing this with you because it still comes down to the idea of what is XRP value-wise with Ripple. I mean, I see that they're using it as a piggy bank, but are they using it to help out any of their products? Are they doing anything with XRP? Are they doing any big settlements? Okay, yeah, it's used as gas fee, but that's not going to do jack shit, right? Because it's so cheap to move tons and tons of money on XRPL. So what are they doing with it? Or are they just using?
So we're going to pause that for some updates. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. When it drops lower, I'll buy more. They made give another drop to shake the poor people out like me, but I'll be homeless, so this doesn't scare me.
Using it to fund their own piggy bank. All right, let's get now into the crypto markets as volume is starting to really crank up there. Up 23% to 184 billion. Sitting at 21 right now in the feed and grease scale, which means we're in extreme fear. Let's take a look at XRP specifically, which is right now floating around that 2013 mark. Sorry about that. So we're getting a little bit of relief from the lows earlier today, but I don't have much faith in this move. Granted, a bunch of you out there in the comments are telling me you were able to nab XRP at 205, 199, a few of you out there. Well, guess what? There's opportunities because the macros are going to be horrible. CPE is coming out soon. You got CPI coming out, PPI, and FOMC meeting. All four of those, bad, bad, bad. Yeah, CPI data, I've been looking over the latest estimates before I did this video. They're saying it's going to come in hot again. God, I can't wait till my wife comes home tonight from work. Speaking of coming in hot. I mean, CPI data, my bad on that.
So yeah, I got a delivery, so I had to check that out. Had to pull it in, it was kind of heavy. But I've been homeless. Doesn't scare me. Yeah, right, right. Pixel, I've been broke before, right? I'm worried about being broke. I don't understand what people are wigging out for, right? This is not the first time, but we'll be back, right? You can't shut us down. Yeah, buy now before you can't buy anymore. Once the banks and the cross-border payments and everything's tokenized, XRP will explode. You are right. Crypto night. $2 or less for the win to buy. You're right. Right? It was up to what, 270, and now it's down to where's XRP at now? 213. When I first got XRP, it was like 40 cents, 70 cents. Then it went to $1. Then it went back down to 70 cents. And then it went to 20 cents. I wish I would have got more when it was at 20 cents. I keep kicking myself in the head. I didn't buy more when it was down because it went from like 20 cents to crazy, actually. Let me see. Do I have let's open up TraderView because it was down bad, right? And I was like, man, XRP is not going to do anything. That's when the trials was going on. I was like, yeah, XRP is never going to get over $1. And all of a sudden, it exploded. I was like, man, I wish I'd have put more on it versus meme coins and garbage. I should have put more in the XRP when I had the chance. But I still got a pretty good bag, so I'm not complaining there. But I wish I would have definitely put more into it when it was down. But I'm glad I did pick up what I picked up when I picked it up. Say that 3 times fast. Look at the day chart. Gotta zoom in. When in doubt, as they say, gentlemen, zoom out. So what was this? November, it was 50 cents. 50 cents. 30 cents. 50 cents. Because it was 50 cents for a long time. What is this? 2023. What is this? 40 cents. 2023. I thought it dipped down to 20 cents. I guess not. Maybe it was in the 40-cent range. But I wish I would have got more. No, it dipped down somewhere. Yeah, maybe here. 38 cents. What is this? July, it was 45. August, this was been after the trial, 46. And I thought it dipped down. I guess it didn't. Guess it was 40. Or maybe these are day charts. So maybe during the day it dipped down further. But yeah, I wish I'd have picked up more around September and August. Because I think I got back in. Actually, I picked up a lot when it was cheap. And I just been holding it and holding it. And I put it on my cold storage wallet and I actually forgot about it, right? I got in the means and trying to get rich on Solana tokens and literally forgot. And then it started pumping and a friend of mine called me and it was like, yeah, do you still got that XRP? And I was like, I don't even know. And then I went back to check. I was like, I do. And it's actually starting to make a lot of money. I was like, wow, I'm glad I held on to it. But technically, I didn't even hold on to it. It was just sitting out there. And let me see. It was just sitting out there and I had forgot about it. You can see here, once XRP, a utility starts doing business, then boom, passive income will come. Yeah. I'm waiting for them transactions to start. People don't understand how big. Let me move my guy up here. People don't understand how big cross-border payments is. How many companies are in cross-border payments, right? Once you start competing with a company that's already in business and you start taking their market share, you can literally take over, right? Because they're like the song. Kind of plug up my keyboard real quick. Like the song goes, "Ain't no stopping us now. We're moving up," right? Once that starts, once these payments start happening and they start competing against who is that? Uh Western Union. And what is the other company that does cross-border payments? Who is it? It's Western Union and somebody. And they're actually here in Dallas. I can't remember. Trying to remember. What is that? Money transfer, maybe? Who is it? It's not. Uh, not Western Union. What's that other company? Let me see here. It's a red and white sign. What is the name of that company? It's not. Well, Western Union, MoneyGram, and it's another. Maybe it's MoneyGram, but I don't know. But if they can compete with MoneyGram and Western Union, there is a huge market in over border, cross-border payments. Uh, shake it all when able, stack it all when able. Of course, David Schwartz, XRP engineer, said XRP could need to run on a high price when everything starts up worldwide. XRP needs to run on a high. Yeah, XRP has to be worth a lot just for the payments, right? I mean, I don't think nobody's sending $20 or $50 for a cross-border payment, right? It's in the thousands or up. So the XRP needs to be worth a pretty good amount to be able to transact with the large payments, right? Nobody wants to see in 30 million XRP tokens to get $20, right? You want to send as less tokens as possible so you can send large amounts of money. XRP is going to go worldwide, then passive income. I hope you're right, guys. I hope you're right. Loan out your XRP and earn 12.5. Never sell. Definitely would loan it out for 12.5. Loan it all day for 12.5%. Yeah, I ain't selling it. I'm definitely not selling it. What is a good storage wallet? I just ordered a Tangent. I got a Tangent wallet actually, and I was working with those guys. You could have used my discount code. Only thing I don't like about Tangent is the card is a good thing. Hold on. Card is a good thing, but you got to use the card every time. That's one only thing I don't like about it. Right? The Tangent wallet. The card's cool, but who the heck wants to? It was cool at first, but then you got to look for the Tangent card every time. You know, sometimes I'm in the bathroom making transactions and I got to wait because I got to get the card, right? I actually use Zelcore. I don't know how you guys feel about Zelcore, but it is a cold storage wallet which you can put on a machine. Like I had a Tizzer, whatever that is. But the same thing with Tizzer, it's the same thing with the Tangent. You got to have the card or your access thing, which is another step versus Zelcore is just a password. And people always be like, well, they can hack your computer and hack it. The problem is you don't know which machine it's on, right? And it's not as easy to hack on your machine as it is on your phone, right? Someone can get your SIM card or get a access. Like I've seen people where you got a device, you get close enough and it'll let you hack the phone or you could lose your phone. And it's from personal experience. I have a computer that died on me, right? Like, you know, computers die, hardware dies. And I have, I want to say 5 Bitcoin on it. It's on the hard drive. And I don't even know where the hard drive is. And I don't even know if I can access the hard drive, even if I did find it. But it's better with Zelcore because I can log in from any machine if I have my keys. And I have my keys stored away somewhere that's not even online. So getting into that would be pretty difficult. But I do know I can always log in as long as I don't lose those keys. Yeah, I don't worry about candles. I buy low and hold. Yeah, MoneyGram plus fees are expensive for them in Western Union. That's what I'm saying. So when the bank figures out how to do these transfers, which I was telling people about XRP and what is it? Caspa. Once these guys figure out there's cheaper fees out here, the bank, I worked in the banking industry before and I worked in financial services. The biggest thing is saving money. You show somebody some cost savings, they don't care what you're doing. They're going to do it to make more money. These guys are greedy as heck. 2, 3, 4, and even 5 ain't going to matter once XRP starts doing business. Guaranteed these candles won't matter then. Of course not, because they're going to be pumping too hard. Order the card and the ring from Tangent. Dang, yeah, sorry. I would have used your code. Yeah, ain't no problem. No big deal. I don't even. I think I do. I don't even know if the code is still posted on my account. But yes, and Walmart. So yeah, Walmart and 7-Eleven, I think. One of the gas stations does it too. But yeah, these are gonna put XRP is gonna put a lot of people out of business, right? I think that's why they're trying to slow it down because they know, like we know, once you can start doing cheap cross-border payments, it is game over for a lot of companies. Game over, right? A lot of people, a lot of companies have their stake in cross-border payments. That's literally how they make their money. So once you shut those cross-border payments down, it's gonna get crazy. Let's get back to the video.
So right now, yeah, you're getting a little bit of a bounce right here, but look at this 7-day. You see the downward pressure on the 7-day. Zoom out to the month and you see the same story. You're like, okay, we rebounded from Sunday, Bloody Sunday. But then look, our highs have been getting lower and lower. So yes, you're able to nab up some good XRP deals. And yes, I've been reading your comments talking about, hey, I would rather lose 3,000 now rather than miss out on an opportunity to make 300,000, because that's right. Those of you out there that believe are like, yo, dry powder ready. I'm here to buy. But I'm telling you right now, the macros are bad. And these are
tripping. Yeah, you're right. I think XRP does have a partnership with Ripple and Swift. And the only reason they partnered with Swift is because Swift knows once XRP takes off, they're going to put them out of business, right? Because Swift at first was like, we're not going to partner with you guys. We're going to do our thing and you do your thing. And then Swift realized once XRP starts going, we have to partner with them or they're going to put us out of business, which a lot of people are going to realize. MoneyGram, Western Union, Walmart. I think Walmart and Bank of America is already working with XRP. But all this stuff is happening behind the scenes, and these guys keep it quiet, right? Like, Finkel was like, "Oh, BlackRock's not going to get into crypto. We don't want to use crypto." And all of a sudden, crypto started taking off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, our customers are demanding us to get crypto. Now we have to get crypto." No shit. Cold wallets are like having gold. It's like having, yeah, perfect. You're right. The cold wallet is off the internet and away from people to take it and abuse it, right? And then you can always go and get it and push it to the exchange and cash it out. So let's finish this video.
Short-term macros. We're looking out at about like the next month, month and a half worth of macros. If they continue to be bad into the summer, we're going to have a whole different conversation, and not a good one. And I'm not talking about the, oh, Timmy's doing bad in school and he's acting up and we got to like move him at a different table. We're talking bigger trouble than that. But you know who's not in trouble? Exchanges. XRP volume is up 48% to 8.7 billion. So exchanges are making money. Who's leading the charge with XRP volume? Oh, the Koreans. The XRP Korean won pairing volume right now is 1.1 billion. One trading pair for XRP is 1.1 billion. In comparison to XLM's total volume, check this out. XLM's total volume is 310 million. 310 million. One pair for XP is 1.1 billion. That pairing is the XRP Korean won pairing at 1.1 billion. What's XLM's? Just to give you all a comparison, 16 million. So I wonder who that market favored. All right, so the SEC, well, the new revised SEC is doing stuff over here, which is really good for the market. We've got some ETFs. We've got some regs down the pipe over here, which is also good for the market. But you see these two things right here? These two things right here have nothing in strength-wise compared to the bad macros that are over there. Yeah, and that's not good because macros we really weren't worried about a couple months ago. But now that we've had 3 months in a row of increasing CPI data, that is driving down consumer confidence. It also means what? There's a lot of money being eaten up by interest. And when money is eaten up by interest, it doesn't go to what everyone, risky asset classes like crypto. That's why you've seen massive amounts of outflows in those ETF products. Remember that chart where in the beginning it was here, and then you saw over the last 4 weeks, it kind of went down here into outflows? Yeah, that tells you that in a 4-week time period, the market has completely flipped over, gone from bullish to bearish. And that's from the bigs out there. So the bigs are changing their tone. Now, mind you, I shared with you that about 1.3 billion of BTC was bought by whales here recently. So maybe some of the institutional players are out, but the whales are still gobbling it. I've got one fear. Well, I got a couple fears. One related to crypto, and it's that, you know what? If macros don't start improving, like if inflation doesn't start cooling down, if we don't start getting better PPI data, if we don't start getting interest rates down and all that kind of stuff, we're gonna start dampening the bull run a bit here. Not that it can totally destroy it and blow it out the water, but man, if you keep seeing inflation going up, up, and up, that's going to put a lot of negative pressure on the market. And I do not want to go back to the days of 2023, first 3 quarters of 2024. We don't want that. Now, don't get me wrong. I get buying the dip, but there's a lot of people that bought in recently that will get washed out because they're not familiar with this. You and I, right, the veterans, and if you're new, hey, welcome. Hello. Seriously, hit the subscribe button. This is an awesome group to join. The veterans, though, that are watching, right, we've seen this play out time and time again. Remember all the, this is the final shakeout. That's all bullshit. There's always going to be shakeouts. There's always going to be something out there in the crypto market. The crypto market's very volatile. But we're seeing that the regs are starting to look better. We're starting to get some clarity from the SEC that meme coins are just like this. Pokemon PSA slabs. Yeah, collectibles. Now we just need further guidance so that the banks and other bigs can get into their favorite crypto digital assets. When that happens, I'll be sure to share it with you. When CPI data comes out, I'll share it with you. When Jerome Powell and the Fed have the next meeting, I'll share it with you. And you know what? So you don't miss out, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Drop me a like if you like what you saw. Drop me a comment. Maybe if it's spicy and naughty, I'll share it in the
Yeah, Crypto Night. Is that Night? Am I saying that right? Crypto Night? XRP is faster, cheaper, and charging less transactions. So it makes sense that the greedy bankers and the greedy people at the banks will take it, right? Why would you pay $20 or $15 or $10 to send money when these guys can do it for pennies and they can send it faster? I think now cross-border payments take 3 to 5 days, I think. XRP can do it within a couple of minutes. You think these guys are going to not want to adopt XRP? Even if the banks don't adopt it, whoever picks it up is going to make a lot of money. And the banks realize it, right? They got whole teams of people that are finding ways to make money. Worked on a team like that before where all you do is find ways the bank can make more money, right? Or the financial service can make more money because these guys want to make money, right? And they want to make more money. And the more money you make, the more money they want to make, right? You can't even quantify how these guys are working to find ways to make the bank or the company richer, right? These guys live to make more money and more money and more money, right? So why would they not want to use XRP? Anybody tell you XRP is not going to make it is lying to you, or they don't have a clue what they're talking about, right? There is no way. Like I was telling my wife, some of these crypto companies, i.e., XRP, is too big to fail, right? They can't fail, right? If you're bailing out energy companies, there's no way crypto companies will fail, especially the larger ones. And it is just these guys, Gary Gensler, that spent all this time wasting time, right? We could have been the leader in crypto of what this guy's trying to do now. Your president is trying to make the U.S. competitive in crypto as we've been falling behind because a lot of the people in politics, the Senate and the House, are scared, right? They don't understand it. They don't want to sit down and take the time to research it. They just think, oh, crypto's how people lose money. Okay. Crypto's how people make crime. Okay. Crypto is open for a lot of illegal activities because you can't monitor the transactions. Okay. So does the bank, i.e., money laundering. Literally, money laundering started at the bank. You guys are talking about crypto doing the same thing the bank does. So what's the problem? I don't quite understand. But people are afraid of what they don't understand or don't know, right? Like your mom's sister's boyfriend's barber don't want to use access to crypto because he thinks someone can go in and take the crypto, of which they can't, but they want to have full control, right? They want to be able to, they want to be able to access and have complete control over everything that happens with their money. And they can with crypto. They just don't understand how it works. So it creates a slight amount of panic. So they don't want to use it. Right. Now let me know if you guys agree or don't agree. Or if I'm just talking nonsense. Let me know in the comments. Let me start this next video. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Comment. Somebody, anybody, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Crypto Night and I guess this is Pixel. Is that? Hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, let's go back to digital perspective or stock mo. I don't know. We could do. Let's see what this guy's talking about. Then we'll go back and see.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is Friday, and what a Friday it is. Man alive, why do all the big time dips happen when I'm asleep? You know what I mean? Goodness, gravy train. You miss out on some of the best opportunities in the middle of the night. I'll tell you what. XRP dipped down to $1.95. And here we are back up at what, 215 or
Oh, yeah, you're right. Crypto Night. Because these guys, first off, the banking system is using antiquated systems, right? Some of these systems, some of these guys are still using Cobalt and Fortran processing on mainframes, right? Like I've worked in financial industry, fintech, and we did a lot of audits on companies. And there are a lot of large companies that are still using what is that, Cobalt and AS400, especially with banks. A lot of banks are still using AS400 systems, which are incredibly old, ridiculously old. Like, just why are you even killing yourselves? Right. That's why when you do HCH payments and you create the payment, and it takes you 3 or 4 days to get it out of your bank account because it actually is a batch file. I've worked with it, worked at several companies creating a process for HCH. It's a batch file you send the bank processes it. So it takes a day to load the file. Then it takes another day for the file to get picked up and take the money out of your account. And a third day for the bank to reconcile the amounts it took out before it actually clears, right? They can do all this with XRP in a matter of minutes. So why would they not pick it up? It's just the adoption. Once the adoption happens, once one company does it and it takes off and people realizes they're not going to lose all their money, everybody mom is going to run to it. Your mom's sister's boyfriend's barber is going to have XRP t-shirts on sale, right? These guys are already setting up, and it's just the industries in the US that are scared. Everybody else is already on board, already setting up things to use it. One whale recently bought 52 million XRP. That was, I think, yesterday. XRP is definitely not going to fail. The technology is tested, tried, and going to be used. You are right, Pixel. A lot of crypto is BS, but those are meme coins. As for money laundering, TD Bank had to pay millions to USA since they caught it. TD Bank is the original Canadian bank, but also in the US. Yeah, you're right. Wells Fargo had a whole freaking unit that was doing nothing but money laundering. They had to pay. And it was somebody else, one of the Dutch banks or something that was doing a lot of money laundering. But yeah, as you mentioned, people are buying XRP like it's going out of style, right? I just don't know. I don't know how crypto, like nothing else, people buy it, but it doesn't go up. versus everything else. You start buying it, the price goes up. I don't understand how that works in crypto, but I do know there's a lot of manipulation, right? The exchanges are working with companies to keep the price down, right? There's a lot of volatility in the market. Once things get too volatile, they will pull back because they want to make money on options, right? They want to make monies on futures. So once the thing goes too high, they will um, intentionally sell it off to keep the price down. And really, they're not even selling it off. They're just moving it from one wallet to another wallet. It makes it look like you sold it, but you didn't even sell it. Right. So there's a lot of backdoor processes with crypto to manipulate the market. So I do want regulation because the regulation will keep a lot of this secret crypto, like the black Bitcoin, right? There's a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff people don't even know about. And people are afraid, but it's not the regular stuff. And I've been preaching that to who is it? Crypto Night. There is a lot of stuff going on with meme coins and garbage tokens and sorry, that was Pixel. There's a lot of garbage meme coins and projects that don't do anything and a lot of extra BS in the crypto market that will be eliminated this bull run. This is the last bull run where you're going to have all these crazy projects that don't do anything and just take people's money. A lot of these pump and dumps, a lot of these dot pump addresses, a lot of that's going to go away. Once XRP starts running and this regulation's put into place, a lot of this stuff that people are doing in the wild, wild west of crypto will be shut down. So I don't know, but definitely get in now while it's cheap. This is like the pre-internet phase, right? Where the government was using the internet and the military was using the internet, but no one else was using it because they were scared and didn't know how it worked. And also with innovation, right? Once people understand how it works, they jump all over it, right? Like a chicken wing and a pig pit, right? People jump all over it. But we will see once this happens. Casino is popular for money laundering TD Bank. Yes, they do a lot of money laundering in the casino. I don't want to go into that, but I do know they are entities that come into the casinos to lose money just to launder the money off, right? They lose it and then they buy it back in tokens, right? So they go into the casino, lose lots of money, and then go buy tokens, which is literally buying the money back you just lost, right? But it's not really a loss because these guys got tons of money. But when you buy back the chips, it appears that you've won and you've actually laundered the money. But that's here nor there. Let's get back to digital outlook.
Something like that. And guys, I suspect we're going to see a lot of chop over the next few days here, even this next week. Perhaps we might even get back down there and tag that $1.72, or even like I think it was Coins Kitty. I think he was saying like $1.68 or something like that before we really pump off. And boy, should that happen! I'll tell you what, I am going to be out there buying that dip. That's for sure. Because for me, that's opportunity, absolute opportunity. Wow. Mm-hmm. Guys, you are seeing so much volatility in this space, and this is something to keep in mind. A lot of people that are new, they get into this space, they hear about the gains that other people have experienced, and of course, all of us that were buying XRP way back there, when it was 20, 30, 40, 50 cents and that. Well, we're really up, and we're still, even with what we're dealing with now in these corrections and stuff, it's not something that we're all freaked out about because, of course, we're in 100% profit. But a lot of people find out about that and they jump in hoping to immediately see bang and shoot off. And when it doesn't, of course, they get all freaked out and stuff like that. And oh my goodness, and they jump in and they jump out, then they jump back in, and they jump back out. And a lot of us have had to learn that seesaw kind of, react and, in this space. We've had to go through it ourselves. And this is where I would get out and say, guys, don't look at this as a get rich quick scheme. And a lot of us that have been in this space, we don't. I know that. A lot of them watching this channel, not looking at it as a get rich quick kind of scheme. But boy, I'll tell you what, can it transform our lives way faster than any other mechanism that I have ever seen? That's been my experience. And why? It's the volatility, guys. The same volatility that just gets this up, down, up 40%, down 40%, all that kind of stuff. That's what sends it. And that's what revolutionized a lot of people's lives in this space is they got in, at nominal prices. They saw 10, 50, 100x returns. Judy and I did sometimes 1,000x, and it really changes your world. And it's because of what this technology is and its nascency. In my estimation, this is probably one of the fewest, if not the only big time, marketplace where we get to front run institutions in a big way, in that you don't have to be an accredited investor to get your feet wet in it and actually see some life changing gains. That's been our experience. And in most places, accredited investor, you're having to be worth over $1 million, liquid over and above your personal property. And then maybe you can get in there and get into some of these IPOs, because even though you are accredited, sometimes these IPOs require big chunks of money, in order to just get your foot in there, like $250,000 initial investments and stuff like that. And so this space, this digital asset space, has really represented that opportunity for just average folks to get out there and get ahead of a lot of the institutions, in my estimation, from what I've seen. But having said that, there's still that prevalent attitude of, oh my goodness, I'm going to take a few $100, I'm going to turn it into a few thousand, then I'm going to roll that into this, and then I'm going to roll that into that. No, within 3 weeks, I'm going to be a millionaire. That kind of attitude does prevail in this digital asset space, I'll tell you what. Mm-hmm. And so you can't treat it like that. That is not investing, guys. You're not sitting at a craps table in Vegas throwing dice on the table and stuff like that. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're taking information that we know, and we're applying it to, hey, if we did this or we did that. It's speculation. Way, way different. And there's not an investment in the wide world that does not involve some level of speculation. And of course, risk. And does this space ever represent risk? Yes, it absolutely does. But it also represents some big time reward that has been experienced by so many people. Now, a lot of people are wondering, why is this happening right now? Well, you got the carry trade over there in Japan having impacts. Of course, the tariffs that are going on, they're having impacts. You're watching it market wide. This is not just XRP for sure. I mean, Bitcoin overnight, everything is just feeling the pain. And this is part of market cycles. And this is something that you have got to be prepared for and get yourself ready for. And that's why I'm always talking about being so strategic in your plan, in your thinking, because a lot of folks in the last runs, they have sat there and they waited for this, waited for that. Oh, this is that's happening. And they missed out because they weren't thinking strategically about how to actually, tackle this space and literally achieve goals. And that's what we talk about oftentimes in coaching, is how we go about doing that. It is so vitally important, and a lot of folks aren't even doing it. And then they want to jump all over folks that have done it and have seen a life change. I saw in the comments one guy that's sitting there, you have got to be being paid to say all this. No, guys, we're not. Judy and I'll tell you what, if Ripple did want to pay us, I'd probably take the money because I'd love to work for Ripple, and it might change the way the format is or whatever, and I'd get them paying me an XRP. But nobody gives us dime one. Oh, we've had offers. We have had heaps and heaps of offers of people offering us literally thousands of dollars if we'll just get out on our channel and promote their various tokens. And guys, we just don't do it. We just don't do it. And we don't do it because we know what it's like to be on the opposite side of this phone, this screen, right? We know what it was like for us and stuff like that. And there's just no way that we're going down that road. This space already has a reputation of being, fairly sketchy in a lot of ways. And by the way, having said that, saw someone else put in the comments that, hey, someone out there is pretending to be me on Truth Social. So, guys, I want to throw this down. I am not on Truth Social. I do not have a TikTok, or any of that kind of stuff. I will never try to contact you through WhatsApp. That is a bunch of hogwash. I'm not going to say in the comments, oh, contact me here. Look forward to talking to you and all that. Nope. How we interact is when you email me at the Digital Outlook coaching, at thedigital.outlook.com, or you book a session right there on the website, thedigital.outlook.com. Do not get roped in by all these scammers that are out there pretending to be me and getting you in there using my avatars and all that kind of stuff. And you think you're interacting with me, guys. I'm not on TikTok, not on True Social, not on this. Now, I do have an X account and that kind of stuff. But you'll see the blue check mark on that X account. And by the way, in the comment section, if you don't see my name circled in that black like they do on YouTube to confirm who actually is making the comment, then it is not me, regardless, what's on there. Some of them have looked very close, but it's not. So really protect yourself, guys. Don't let yourself get scammed. And especially for you new folks, there are just so many different people out there trying to scam you and I out of all of our investments. And right there, by the way, does a thief break in to steal something that has no value? Of course they don't. So if you want to know if your digital assets hold some significant value, look at the efforts that are put in to try and scam you out of it. Right there is a good indicator. There is absolute value there, and it's the long-term value. It is the stuff that this stuff is doing. These distributed ledger technologies are changing the way the wild world works, man. I mean, you have just seen some big time announcements regarding Hedera Hashgraph, of course, XLM, XRP, and all this kind of stuff. And these tokens that have this utility and how it is being applied, I'm telling you, we're going to look back. I genuinely believe we will look back in history and we'll think of the time we will wish for the days that we could buy XRP under $10. We're going to wish for that. I really do believe that. That day is coming. And the reason I believe that is because we've lived through so many technological changes already. We saw, most of us that are my age anyway, we saw the advent of the internet. Now, when that happened, most people didn't see a need for the internet. Do you realize the banking system back in the 90s into the 2000s could exist perfectly fine without the internet? Now they can't even handle 1 hour without it. That's how phenomenal it has changed. And look at this right here, what you and I are doing. Heck, I remember this was sheer science fiction. Nobody would have ever believed that this was possible. And yet here I am sitting with you by the push of a button recording in 4K. Can you fathom that? It used to literally cost people millions of dollars to get the quality that we can get on a little handheld device. And furthermore, these handheld devices have more computing power than what we had when way back in the 80s there. My dad, he gave me a Timex Sinclair. I've shared this before. Computer had 8K of RAM. I remember that. Home computer was a novelty. Can you imagine if you had just invested a few little bucks in a little known company called Microsoft, how that would have generationally changed your wealth situation for your family? And that's what I see this distributed ledger technology as. Guys, it is truly the long game. It is the long game. It's about achieving goals. It is about the long game. Don't get yourself all bent out of shape and butt it out because we're watching some corrections happen in a space when it wasn't that long ago. We were under 50 cents, guys, less than a year ago. And here we are, even today. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. The technology moves fast and people don't move fast, right? People don't understand what's going on. And about time they do, it's over, right? You missed it. So I don't know, but I do know I'm buying some more XRP after listening to this guy and just to wait and sit it out because he's right, right? We've seen the internet come, right? First, what was that, dial up? Nobody really wanted to use it. It was slow. It started speeding up. More people started using it. We've seen what is that? Smartphones, cell phones. I remember we used to page people, right? Cell phones, laptops. I remember somebody saying specifically the internet would never catch on. Who would want to send messages by computer, right? Like people said, texting would never catch on. People want to talk, they don't want to send messages. Uh, internet would never work. All kind of stuff that would never work, i.e., Bitcoin would never do anything. No one would want to use computers to send money. And here we are. So let's finish this guy. Got 3 minutes left. Got one more video. Hang in there, guys. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. Hit your main man up with a super chat. Let me know where you're at.
For $2. And should we see opportunities like a $1.72 or a $1.78, boy, I'll tell you what, for Judy and I, we'll probably be loading up. That's what we're doing. You decide what you're going to do, but that's probably what we're doing. I'm not telling you to do that. You do it based on your own risk tolerance. That's what I would say there. Not financial advice, guys. You got to say that sometimes because it's almost that disclaimer. Everyone knows, hey, they're adults, they're making their own decisions and all this, but a lot of people like to put the responsibility of their bad decisions on someone else. That's why you see on a light bulb package, don't insert in mouth, because some idiot out there took a light bulb, shoved it in his mouth. Someone else came up and slapped his jaw and he busted up his whole insides. And so, of course, now on light bulbs packages, don't insert in mouth. Do you think that even needs to be said? But it does, I'll tell you. And that's why we say it, and I mean it too, because look, I am as enthusiastic as you could ever. You don't even have to watch my program for 2 seconds, 2 minutes to know just how enthusiastic I am about XRP. That is for sure. But you're getting my 100% biased opinion. I make no bones about it, guys. I've done the research. I've built up the confidence that we need for what we're doing and what I see coming. I'm telling you, I believe it's going to be the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind, and it certainly has already changed Judy and I's life. That is for sure. So, guys, I'll tell you what. I sure hope you're having an absolutely amazing Friday. Friday is for friends and for family. The weekend's upon us, going out and all that kind of stuff. And I sure hope this weekend you get a lot of time with your family and friends. Of course, we're going to do Saturday question and answer. We're going to have our sugar on Sunday and all of that. And before I go, guys, let me remind you, March 8th and 9th, we are in Cape Canaveral, Florida. We're attending the Quantum Financial Summit. It has been truly a great pleasure to be a part of that.
So yeah, as he mentioned, we're keeping it moving. Shout out to Digital Outcome. He might be right. Got time for one more video. Let's see here. 11 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's see what this guy's talking about. Then we'll switch over to Stock Mo.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.88 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's off 3%, but we see Bitcoin now down to 83,900. Ethereum down to 2,200. XRP down to 215. After climbing back 2.3 in the last hour, we see that XRP is still off 2.2 on the 24-hour. We're off 19.3 on the 7-day. Ethereum's off 20.8 on the 7-day. Bitcoin's off 14.9. Whole market bleeding heavily here, and I think it's a temporary bump. That's what my thoughts are, not financial advice. I've been buying the dip, ladies and gentlemen. You can bet on that. Damn right. It's built into me just like a habit. It's just I do it, and I'm so glad that I do. Dipping all the way down to 197. I got it at like 208 or 207, whatever it was early this morning. It dipped down, missed that 197. Damn, that upsets me. just to get it below $2 would be incredible, right? Ranging between 197, 223. We'll keep an eye on it. Remember, you can follow us in the Freedom Zone. Click join that button right there and join us. Get all your daily videos with zero Google ads, plus the extra content that we're covering. And there's a lot to cover. And there's a lot to tell you about, too. We got breaking news. David Schwartz, the CTO from Ripple, is going to be on stage again this year at XRP Las Vegas 2025. What will be the topic of conversation? Well, you will have to join us to find out. But you know what? Ask anybody that went last year if they're glad that they came to hear it, because it was incredible. And so many others will be there. Make sure you check out the list. Paul Barron Network, Boone Bergsman, Bitwise's Matt Hogan, Canary Capital's Stephen McClurg, Phil and Dom Kwok. I tell you, Easy A, representing over 1 million builders, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, absolutely. Gregos Vlachos from Axelar, president of MoonPay, Nancy Beaton, the Chief Revenue Marketing Officer for Uphold, Mark Otto from Monerex, XRP Ledger, building a bank on the ledger, Austin King from Omni, Stephen McClurg, as I said, from Canary Capital, Kevin Maloney from iTrust, Dr. Brummer from Blueprint. Dr. Blummer is also one of the highest decorated lawyers, Georgetown law professors in the universe. This guy is amazing. He's going to be sitting down with none other than Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, and the CEO of Uphold, Simon McLaughlin, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, do not mess around. I'm telling you, you're going to want to be at this conference. Make the investment. Look at this. Snoop Dogg ditches Spotify to launch his music exclusively on HBAR, using Hedera native Tune FM. I can't play that because I'm sure it's copyright, so I can't do it. But shout out to Snoop and shout out to HBAR for that one. BlackRock is adding a 1% to 2% allocation to the $48 billion of iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF in its target allocation portfolios that allow for alternatives. Well, guess who's been buying the dip? Right? And that's what I've been doing, stacking my pennies next to their dollars. They're buying Bitcoin. I'm buying XRP. We're all buying the dip. I'm buying the dip. You're buying the dip. Who's buying the dip? I'm buying it. Yeah. Yeah. Need some chips to go with that dip. All right. Now let's set the stage. Here's the part of the video I'm excited to get to. I want to run this through for you. I have an interview of David Schwartz that is 9 years old, but wait until you hear what he says. I'm telling you, all I could say is, but let's set the tone, because what matters is that it
Clear too.
was.
So I just mentioned the market structure bill. The other
What matters is that it is 9 years old, but why it matters so much today is because what is happening today. Let's set the tone for what is happening with the new crypto AI czar telling you how soon we could have stablecoin legislation passed.
quickly here too. So I just mentioned the market structure bill. The other area is stable coins, and Senator Haggerty, he's on the banking committee. He just released a stablecoin bill. There's counterparts in the House, and what the four chairmen indicated is actually they're going to take up stablecoins first, and then market structure will follow very quickly. So I think we could see a stablecoin bill pass Congress in the next several months.
There you have it. So now that is hugely interesting. We know we got to have stablecoin bills. We also know that Senator Cynthia Lummis just sat in the meeting yesterday and said this.
Many members of the Senate were still trying to wrap their heads around what is a Bitcoin, what is a digital asset, what is a stable coin, what is a Howey test. And so now we've arrived at the point where we can move forward. We're on the precipice of finally creating a bipartisan legislative framework for both stablecoins and market structure. I hope we can get both pieces of legislation to President Trump for his signature this year.
And I believe that is the mission. Now, why is that so important? Well, we know Ripple payments will integrate real USD stablecoin in early 2025. That's what they said. They said it. Furthermore, the company's enterprise-focused payment platform, Ripple Payments, will integrate real USD early next year. That is from Ripple right there. And knowing we're on the cusp, and some have said we could get stablecoin legislation as early as April. How about that? Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because here's the interview from Bitcoins and Gravy from 9 years ago. And listen to what David Schwartz said 9 years ago. Take a listen.
We're going right to payment alliances. We're going to financial institutions. We're going to the Federal Reserve and central bankers. We really are trying to work this from the top down, get liquidity into the system, get cash in and cash out pathways so that it will be more useful for everyone. It's kind of surprising that we're where we are, that we're being taken seriously by central bankers, that we have banks that are using the Ripple network today to make payments between banks.
Yeah, you know, I feel like a lot of people within the Bitcoin community may have missed or still missing what Ripple is actually trying to do or what Ripple is capable of. I think a lot of people still look at Ripple as a competitor to Bitcoin, something that's competing with Bitcoin in the same way that a lot of people look at Ethereum as competing with Bitcoin when it's not necessarily the case. Is that right?
Now listen to this answer right here. Bitcoin maxis aren't going to like this, but remember the XRP ledger layer 1 has a decentralized exchange built directly into it. And we know that Bitcoin has been on the XRP ledger since 2014 from Chris Larson. But listen to what he says here.
Subtle distinction here. To some extent, you can look at Ripple as competing with Bitcoin as a payment system, but Ripple doesn't really compete with Bitcoin as a currency. In fact, one of the major use cases for the Ripple network right now is moving Bitcoins around because it provides faster settlement. So if you believe in Bitcoin as a currency, Ripple is a good way to move that currency around. It's not a competitor.
There you have it. It's not a competitor. That's the end of that story. That's 9 years ago in 2016. Yeah. Oh, I'm not done with you yet. And now coming back to refresh everybody's memory, Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati, Chief Legal Officer, met directly with President Trump. Yes, more than once. What do we know? The president validated the Fed coin approach by David Andolfato from the St. Louis Fed for the use of XRP. That door is now officially open. How quickly an old narrative becomes new again. Oh, that's right. It was never an old narrative at all. It's the plan. Remember when the agenda came out for the crypto industry, this is before David Sachs was even selected. Foster stable coins, digital tokens that are pegged to the dollar. That was one of the main objectives. Create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. It's still in the discovery phase, right? In the questionable phase. We'll see where that goes. That could end up being all U.S. domiciled assets. But the point is we know now today that there has been legislation set forth that the Federal Reserve cannot release or issue a CBDC direct to the citizens of the United States or anywhere else. And that's a huge step forward. I like that. Well, I'm bringing this up as a reminder because I think Honorable Christian Carlos got it right here when he talks about that there be an independent private enterprise. It could be quasi-governmental. There is certainly a role for strict standards and a role in the government, which I spelled wrong. Nonetheless, let me see if I can fix that really quickly. Can I fix it? It's too late. I can't fix it. I typed so fast. Never mind. Listen to this clip.
Oh, good. Giving them a standard set of technological protocols to use. So in short, our proposal, I think, is a quite simple one. And that is that there be a independent enterprise. Now, it can be a quasi-governmental. There's certainly a role for strict standards and government role in this. But having been in the government, knowing how difficult it is to actually do technological innovation in government, being a representative of government that couldn't build a medical website, and after 3 tries, eventually went to the private sector to get it done. This has really got to be built. If it's going to be built on time and it's got to be built with private sector involvement.
There you have it.
If it calls available to the entire existing financial ecosystem, to banks, payment providers, others, standard set of protocols, and an ecosystem, to banks, payment providers, others, standard set of protocols. And it would not be in the business of collecting data. It would be in the business of developing technology only. The relationships that people would have with their providers would be their existing relationships today, but who knows what new entrants to come.
I tell you, that's pretty fascinating to me because it sounds a lot like he's describing Ripple and the XRP ledger to me. Now I have another clip, and this one here is just bomb dropping as far as I'm concerned. 9 years ago, David Schwartz answers the question, is it possible the US dollar becomes the reserve currency of the Ripple protocol network? David Schwartz, yes. What are they launching here? The real USD? Why are they not using it yet for their enterprise clients? Because I believe they're waiting for stablecoin legislation. That's my speculation. But the fact that they were having this conversation 9 years ago tells me exactly this. They did not come up with the idea of releasing a stablecoin in the last month or a few months. This has been a conversation from day one, period. Fast forward to today and the recent launch of the real USD and stablecoin legislation that is expected to pass this year. XRP is the native intermediary currency. David Schwartz. Remember, James Wallace told us that the native tokens aren't XRP at all on the ledger. It's the CBDCs and stablecoins, right? That's the way to think of it because you're trying to think of things in a manner that create mass adoption. You want to bring something to market that allows everybody to want to use it, but not be forced to use your asset, right? That's why it's the native intermediary currency. Take a listen to this clip here. It is bad to the bone. Take a listen.
Now, it's different with dollars. With dollars, they connect to the real world, the non-electronic world, in various ways. And so in order to make a dollar electronic, someone has to hold that dollar and someone that you trust to pay you back that dollar on demand. Now, this is exactly what banks do in traditional payment systems. If I want to pay you money and I have $50 in my pocket, I'm probably not going to mail it to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have that $50 in a bank and I'm going to send you a check. Mm-hmm. But the important thing to understand about the way that trust works in Ripple is that it doesn't matter whether the sender and recipient trust the same party. So I can trust a local bank in my country or my city. You can trust a local bank in your country or your city to hold the funds. And the payments just work perfectly smoothly. So it's not like a big central system where everybody has to trust the same party, but somebody has to hold the funds, and the individuals who put those funds in the system have to trust those people who hold it. It's the same thing that you do with a check. Like if you want to receive money, you have a bank account somewhere and people pay you by making that bank owe you more money. And you're trusting the bank that they'll pay you that money. If the bank disappeared and didn't pay you that money, then those payments, you wouldn't actually be able to materialize the funds from those payments. One of the things that we're working on is getting regulated financial institutions that have FDIC insurance and analogous protections in other countries to be those trusted entities to hold the funds. That's another reason it's important to get financial institutions on Ripple. You're already trusting financial institutions to hold your money. So,
well, let me cut in right there because you need to see this. Remember when Brad Garlinghouse said this at the first swell? Listen carefully.
Yes. I mean, ultimately, as you know, Ripple is really focused on how do we enable an internet of value? How do we make value move the way information moves today? And that's our big kind of multi-year, 10-year view of how the world will evolve. And it's really how do we dial that back and to make it tactical and real today and tomorrow. And I think if you want to enable an internet of value, you've got to connect the repositories of value. Right. And the repositories of value, as big as the Bitcoin value proposition is today, the banks own trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of assets. So if we want to enable an internet of value, we got to connect the banks and payment service providers and MSBs. And we're excited to have made a bunch of progress on that. So
now that is 2017 that this happened. So now let's go back from 2017 to 2016 and listen to the rest of this talk. Is exactly what David said here. You can see you're using your local financial institutions. They're already talking and working back then with banks. Take a listen.
If you can use your local financial institutions, then it really isn't any additional trust.
You know, the repositories.
Address the value of XRP for our listeners and for that guy?
Well, obviously, it's hard to predict the future, and there's certainly no such thing as a sure thing. Risk and reward always come in pairs. So the thinking is that if you have a large number of currencies on the Ripple network and a large number of institutions issuing them, it will be very difficult to find a direct path between two currencies. So if you have US dollars at, issued by a local chain and you want to pay somebody in Guatemala who gets cash at his grocery store, the probability that there'll be someone offering to trade one of those currencies directly for the other is pretty low, and that the liquidity will probably be through some intermediary currency. The Ripple network has a native intermediary currency called XRP, or sometimes called Ripples. And the
native intermediary currency. And I believe the reason he's making that distinction, native intermediary currency, is because it's the other assets, the other tokenized sovereign money of the world, and then other instruments like stocks and bonds that are really looked at as the native currencies of the ledger, because you're trying to serve the world, not force XRP down everyone's throats. You use that pairing in XRP where it fits best and it's most applicable.
The advantage of Ripples is that there is no counterparty. There's nobody. It works just like Bitcoin. Your Ripple balance is just a number on your Ripple account on the Ripple network. And the theory is that because XRP doesn't require any trust or anything in common, it can flow between any two accounts. You don't have to agree to have somebody hold it for you. And so if that becomes the premier intermediary currency, then two types of people will want to hold XRP. One will be people who don't know what currency they'll need next. If the path from dollars to euros tends to go through XRP, then if you don't know whether you'll need dollars or euros, it makes sense to hold XRP because then you only have to pay half the spread. And then the other thing is market makers. If you're just trying to make a market and people who are selling their dollars want XRP because that's what they need to buy euros, then if you want to be able to buy dollars, XRP is the currency that you're going to need to hold to buy them. If that's the way it plays out, then the demand for XRP will go up, and therefore the price will go up. But again, nobody's crystal ball is clearer than anybody else's. That is certainly something that may or may not happen. So it happens automatically when you make a payment. The network finds the cheapest path. That might be through XRP, it might not. It could be through US dollars, it could be through Bitcoin. There could be multiple paths that you draw from so that you get the very best offers on multiple order books. So you wouldn't be consciously aware, unless you really drilled into what was happening behind the scenes, you wouldn't necessarily be consciously aware of what intermediary currencies you held for a notional split second. But because XRP can flow between any two accounts and is trustless, it has a privileged position inside the Ripple network that could cause it to be preferred as an intermediary currency.
I see.
If that happens, demand will go up.
I see. Now, what if it doesn't happen?
It certainly might not. It could be that, for example, the Federal Reserve decides to issue dollars directly onto the Ripple network, and everybody thinks that's the perfect intermediary currency. And then XRP doesn't get that kind of role, in which case you would not see that increase in demand.
I see. Is it possible that just as the USD is the reserve currency of the world right now, against what a lot of people would like to see, is it possible that the USD could eventually be the reserve currency of the Ripple protocol, Ripple network?
It's certainly possible.
You know, it's funny, and we've already launched the real USD on the network. Keep listening.
Could also see another government, any country could do this, introducing, let's say, gold, 100% reserve-backed gold on the Ripple network, and people might decide, ooh, that's what I want to use as my reserve currency because...
Isn't that what BRICS was doing?
Like, maybe the government of China, let's say, does that and people trust them. There's certainly any number of ways this could play out. To some extent, Ripple Labs has bet on XRP. Ripple Labs holds an enormous number of XRP, and our primary business model is that they'll appreciate in the future. But of course, there's no guarantee.
I see. So now that concept that the US dollar could be the reserve currency of Ripple, of course, that people hearing this show and hearing that, if they've not heard that before, talk about ripples. Right? Talk about ripples going out. That's going to cause a lot of people to be afraid and to think, wow, we don't want Ripple because the US government, I'm sure now, since they heard this episode of Bitcoins and Gravy, they're onto it for the first time. You know, they're slow, they're sleeping usually. Now they're going to work as hard as they can to get the US dollar to be the reserve currency of Ripple. And we're back to the same place we were before Ripple and Bitcoin and all of this. What do you say to someone like that?
Well, they have to compete in a fair playing field. So the intermediary currency could be the US dollar, and you can still hold whatever currency you want. You can hold Bitcoin, you can hold Ripples, and that would just be where the liquidity is. And they would have to compete on a completely fair playing field because people don't choose intermediary currencies. They just make payments with the cheapest path they can find. So it's going to be competitive, just like it is outside the Ripple network, except people will be able to move more easily between currencies. So if one currency has a small advantage that only affects a narrow group.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Ripple? Are you sold? Are you buying more? This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. It's your main man, BTM. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, hit us up with a super chat. But either way it goes, let me know in the comments. You guys want to do more XRP videos or more Caspa videos or more Turbo Turn Up? But look forward to your feedback. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. Miner out.